Okay, so good day to each and everyone. So for today, we'll be discussing about the perpetuation of life. So why do we need for the idea of perpetuation of life? Kasi as mere organism or as mere living things, so we have lifespan. So pag sinabing lifespan, merong end yung life ng isang certain organism. So para mapagpatuloy yung life o yung lahi ng isang organism, so kailangan niya ng perpetuation of life. So perpetuation of life can be possible through reproduction. So reproduction, it has two types. So first one is the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is defined as the formation of new individuals from the cells of a single parent. So this is very common in plants and is less common in animals. So pag sinabing asexual reproduction, nangangailangan lang ng isang parent. So madalas itong ginagamit ng mga plants. And meron din konting mga animals. So pag sinabing asexual reproduction, it does not involve the union of gametes. So when we say gametes, these are reproductive cells. So, pag sinabing reproductive cell, sa human, it has sperm cell for the male and egg cell for the female. And it does not change the number of chromosomes present. Okay? So, as is yung number of chromosomes kasi nga asexual reproduction. Kasi nga pagdating sa sexual reproduction, yung resulting offspring is similar or identical to the parent and without the need for a mate, they are able to reproduce. So kahit walang partner ang isang organism under asexual reproduction, so kaya niya mag-reproduce ng kanyang offspring. We have different types of asexual reproduction in animals. So first one is the binary fission. So process in which an organism divides into two and grow into a new organism. So ito yung tinatawag natin na mitosis. So, kadalasan nangyayari sa mga microorganism, such as bacteria, amoeba, okay? And example here, as you notice on your screen, from a parent cell, a single parent cell, it is okay, divided into two or the cell division. So, before magkaroon ng cell division, yung nucleus muna ng parent cell is magde-divide into two. And then, yung dalawang nucleus na yun, since may dalawang nucleus na siya, so magkakaroon ng cell division. Then, after the cell division, from a parent cell, naging dalawang daughter cells na siya. So, meron new daughter cells na mabubuo. So, that is binary fission. Next is the body. So, process outgrowth or callus, projecting from the parent and eventually buds off. Okay? So, example ng mga animals that undergo budding is hydra. So, paano ba nangyayari yung budding sa isang hydra? Okay? So, ang isang parent hydra, so magkakaroon siya ng outgrowth or callus. And then, that outgrowth or callus, okay, will start to develop into a bud. Okay? After developing into a bud, so magkakaroon na ng new bud, yung bud na yon will become a new hydra. Okay? So, kakalas na siya dun sa kanyang parent hydra. So, from one hydra, naging dalawang hydra na siya. So, that is for budding. Next type of asexual reproduction is the fragmentation. So, the body of the parent breaks into distinct piece. Again, highlight natin, yung body ng parent breaks into distinct piece. So, ibig sabihin, yung katawan mismo ng parent, siya yung magkakaroon ng pagkakahiwa-hiwalay. Okay? So, dapat distinct piece. So, dapat may proper sizing, proper shape para mabuo yung isang another organism or another offspring. So example is a planaria. So as you notice here, from a single planaria, it is divided into three pieces. And then from three pieces, what that is called fragments. So yung tatlong fragments na yun, it is developed into three daughter planaria. So that is fragmentation. Okay, so again, it is distinct piece, okay, from the body of the parent yung nagiging offspring. Example pa, bukod sa planaria is yung mga worms, di ba? Yung worms, pag hinati natin sa dalawa, it will become a two daughter worms. Okay? So next is the parthenogenesis. So mechanism of asexual reproduction in which offspring develops from unfertilized eggs. Okay? So hindi kailangan ng fertilization pagdating dito. Ang kailangan lang is tawag ito, right amount of food, okay, para mag-reproduce ng unfertilized egg. Okay, so paano ba nangyari yung parthenogenesis? Example, yung honeybee. Diba, meron silang tinatawag na queen bee. So yung queen bee na yon, siya yung bubusogin ng mga alagad kawal ng queen bee. So pag nabubusog si queen bee, magpo-produce siya ng eggs. From that eggs, so doon lalabas, doon magre-reproduce, doon madedevelop yung offspring. Okay? Ayan. So next, asexual reproduction or type of asexual reproduction is transverse fission. Okay, so in this asexual reproduction, it involves direct reproduction in which each portion regenerates missing parts to become a complete new animal depending on the axis of separation. Okay. So again, di ba pag sinabing fission, separation. So pwedeng ang isang part ng animal is madedetach, and then after the detachment, okay, so pag nawala yung part na yon, yung missing part will regenerate and become a complete new animal depending on the axis of separation. Okay? So madalas nangyayari ito sa mga example nitong transverse fission is yung mga paramecium. So ang paramecium may mawawala or may madedetach sa kanyang part, and then that part o yung missing part na yon will grow, will regenerate. After regeneration, it will become a complete new animal. Okay? So for your activity, first activity 1, so gagamitin natin yung discussion kanina, yung mga types of asexual reproduction dito sa column na to. Okay? So paano ba yung gagawin natin? So first, ima-match natin yung animals to the type of asexual reproduction. So, hanapin natin yung type of asexual reproduction. Pwedeng parthenogenesis, binary fission, fragmentation, transverse fission, or budding yung ilalagay natin dun sa third column, dun sa types. Next naman sa description, dun sa second column, ilalagay mo yung explanation o yung description kung bakit pinili mo yung type of asexual reproduction na yun. So, pagdating sa description, ang ilalagay niyo lang is yung letter. Okay? Letter of the description dun sa column. Okay? So, yung description mo is the organism split into two separate organisms. So, ilalagay mo lang dun sa description column is A. Okay? Kung ang sagot mo naman is a new individual grows on the body of its parent, so lalagay mo B. C naman, pag ang sagot mo o doon sa description mo ay multiple pieces of the parent break off and develop into a new organism. And for letter D naman, the organism divides into two living, one piece, headless and the other tailless. Each piece grows the missing body parts. And for letter E, female eggs develop into a new organism without being fertilized by a sperm cell. Okay, so yun ilalagay nyo dun sa description. So again, dun sa description ilalagay nyo lang is A, B, C, D, or E. Pagdating sa types, pwede nyo ilagay binary fission, budding, fragmentation, parthenogenesis, or transverse fission. So, kailangan nyo i-copy yung table na to. Okay? And then, i-fill up ninyo yung mga required information. So that is for activity number 1. So, let's proceed to another type of reproduction is the sexual reproduction. It is the perpetuation of new organism from two organisms or what we call the parents with the use of gametes. Again, pag sinabing gametes, it is the reproductive set. Okay? So, pag narinig nyo na yung term na gametes or reproductive cell, ibig sabihin nun, ang tinutukoy niya is sexual reproduction kasi gumagamit na siya ng gametes. So, paano ba nangyayari yung sexual reproduction? So, yung male gametes o yung male reproductive cell, sa human, kadalasan tinatawag siyang sperm cell, fuses or combine or unites with a female gamete known as the egg cell to form a diploid, okay, which is called zygote that has two sets of chromosomes. Okay? Ang sperm cell, meron lang siyang isang set of chromosome, kaya tinatawag siyang haploid. Okay? Ganon din ang egg cell. Meron lang siyang single set of chromosomes kaya tinatawag siyang haploid. So, naging haploid siya with the process of meiosis. Okay? And then during the sexual reproduction, the genetic material contained in their chromosomes combine to produce genetically diverse offspring that are different from both parents. Okay? Kasi may mga genetic information na dominant minsan yung father, dominant minsan yung mother. Kaya nagkakaroon ng uh, difference between the offspring and their parents. Okay? So, sexual reproduction, ang madalas nagre-reproduce ng ganito ay yung mga mammals and amphibians. Ito yung method na ginagamit nila madalas. Okay, so, under sexual reproduction, we have two types. First one is the oviparous. So, when we say oviparous, it is sexual reproduce, but okay, the reproduction is by first laying eggs. Okay, tapos yung embryonic development is wala na sa loob ng parent. Okay? So yung formation ng embryo is doon na mismo sa egg. So that is oviparous. Examples of oviparous animals are yung mga poultries such as chicken, ducks, pigeons. Okay? So that is oviparous. Next is viviparous naman. So viviparous animals, this bringing forth live young that have developed inside the body of the parent. So dito, yung embryonic development is nangyayari sa loob pa ng katawan ng parent. Okay, so unlike sa oviparous, 'di ba? So after laying egg, so dun sa egg na yung embryonic development. Pagdating sa viviparous, yung embryonic development o yung grow ng embryo is nangyayari dun sa loob pa ng parent. Okay? So examples of viviparous animals are cat, dogs, human. Okay? Kasi nga sa loob nade-develop and paglabas ng offspring, isa siyang young version, okay, of the parent, 'di ba? From cat lalabas niya yung kitten. Yung dogs lalabas niya yung puppies. Okay? So that is for viviparous. Okay? So product sila ng sexual reproduction. So pinagkaiba lang is yung oviparous, egg, tapos walang gaanong embryonic development inside the body of the parent. So pag viviparous, ilalabas niya is young version of the animal and yung embryonic development is nangyayari doon sa loob ng katawan ng parent. Okay? So for your next activity 2, okay, so kailangan nyo lang gawin is identify nyo kung viviparous or oviparous yung mga animals na given. Okay, so kailangan nyo din i-copy yung table with the name of the animals and then i-classify nyo kung oviparous or viviparous. Okay? So, sir, okay, bakit may mga animals, okay, na pwedeng sexual or asexual? Actually, tama yan. Okay, so may mga animals tayo na pwedeng sexual or asexual mag-reproduce. Example is aphids. Aphids are kulisap sa Tagalog. So they can reproduce asexually and sexually. So kailan ba nagkakaroon ng asexual reproduction ang kulisap? Nagkakaroon ng asexual reproduction yung kulisap pag there is favorable condition o yung condition na meron silang source of food. Okay? So, pag merong source of food or availability of food, so yung kulisap, pwede silang maging parte no genesis. Okay? So, kaya nila mag-asexual reproduction as long as meron silang source of food. Okay? Parang yung chicken, di ba? Yung chicken, basta pinapakain mo siya, binubusog mo siya, so makakapag-produce siya ng egg. Yung tinatawag natin na ebon cabsi. Okay, so that is parthenogenesis, one of the asexual reproduction. Next is the aphids. Okay, sexual reproduction. So, kailan ba nangyayari yung sexual reproduction ng mga kulisap? Pag mayroong kakulangan ng food or scarcity of food. So, pag walang source of food, so mag-shift yung aphids o yung kulisap from asexual into sexual. Eh, bakit kailangan nilang gawin yun? Para ma-perpetuate yung life. Eh, kasi pag hinayaan lang nila na hindi sila mag-reproduce, so yung aphids na yon ma-extinct. Okay? Kasi hindi natin alam kung hanggang kailan tatagal yung scarcity of food na yon. So, para ma-perpetuate yung life nila, so ginagawa nila is nagsa-sexual reproduction sila. Okay? Ayan. So, proceed na tayo sa advantage and disadvantage of sexual and non-sexual. So, actually, ito yung mga advantages ng mga sexual reproduction. First, it produces genetic variation in the offspring. Okay, so, nagkakaroon ng genetic variation, pagkakaiba ng genes structure pagdating sa offspring kasi nga nagkakaroon ng combination yung mga genetic or genes from the parent, father or mother. So, pag nagkaroon ng genetic variation, madali para dun sa offspring yung mag-adapt sa new environment. Bakit? Kasi meron siyang information para dun sa new environment. So, pag meron siyang information dun sa new environment, madali siyang makapag-survive, madali siyang makapag-adapt. Okay? Next is, a disease is less likely to affect all the individuals in a population. So, pag nagkaroon ng sakit or disease, so hindi lahat affected. Bakit? Kasi there is variation of the genetic structure. Okay, parang ano yan, di ba? So, for example, nagkasakit si tatay. Si tatay, okay, hindi kayo agad mahahawa. Okay, kasi nga iba yung genes ninyo doon sa tatay ninyo. Pero once na nagkasakit yung kapatid ninyo, since same kayo ng genetic structure, kasi nga offspring kayo, high tendency na magkapares kayo ng gene structure, kasi same yung parent ninyo, same yung mother ninyo, so madali kang mahawa nung kapatid mo. Okay? So that is for the genetic variation, advantage of asexual reproduction. Ang disadvantage naman nito is, siyempre, kailangan mo maghanap ng partner. And pag paghahanap ng partner, it takes time and kailangan mo mag-exert ng energy, ng effort, and sa tao, kailangan mag-exert ng resources. Okay, para makahanap mo yung mate mo. Hindi naman pwedeng nakita mo lang siya, aanakan mo na. So, kailangan mo ng liligawan yon. Okay? Parang yung animals, di ba? Yung mga animals, mag-exert muna sila ng effort, magbubuno, tawag ito, magkakaroon muna ng tagisan ng lakas para mapatunayan siya yung deserving. Okay? Halimbawa dito, may nakita ko, yung dalawang chicken, dalawang rooster, nagsabong muna. Okay, before mag-reproduce. Okay? Kasi nga pinapakita dun sa babae o dun sa hen na siya yung deserving na maging partner niya. Another disadvantage is impossible para sa isang individual sexually na mag-reproduce. Kailangan kasi niya ng partner. So, mahirapan siya. Actually, hindi lang siya mahirapan. Imposible talaga mag-reproduce ang isang individual ng kanyang offspring. Okay? Next, for the advantages of asexual reproduction, so since asexual reproduction, mabilis yung kanilang reproduction. In an instant, kaya mag-reproduce ng maraming offspring. So, yung population is mabilis din. Parang yung molds, di ba? So, yung molds sa tinapay, magpalipas ka lang ng ilang araw, yung molds dun sa tinapay, mabilis kakalat. Kasi nga, asexual reproduction yung nangyayari. Okay? And it only needs one parent. So, kailangan lang ng single parent. Hindi na kailangan pang maghanap ng partner. Hindi na kailangan pang mag-exert ng time, mag-exert ng energy para makapaghanap ng partner. Okay? So, it is faster than sexual reproduction. Diba? Sexual reproduction, kalimitan, naghihintay mo na yan ng months. Okay? Para makita yung offspring. Okay? Pero pagdating sa sexual reproduction, araw lang. Paglipas ng araw, makapag-reproduce na ng maraming offspring. Okay? So that is the advantage of asexual reproduction. Disadvantage of asexual reproduction naman is it does not lead to genetic variation in population. Kasi nga yung tawag sa anak asexual reproduced is clone. Okay? Kaya kung ano yung characteristic ng parent, ganun din yung characteristic ng kanyang daughter. Walang variation. Okay? And since walang variation, it may only be suited to one habitat. Kung nag-reproduce dun sa isang area na yon, so pag lilipat siya ng area, mahirapan siya mag-adjust kasi sanay lang siya dun sa dating area. Kasi nga walang genetic variation. Okay? And disease may affect all the individuals in a population. Kaya nga, mabilis silang dumami, mabilis din silang mag-extinct. Bakit? Kasi pag nagkaroon ng problem, nagkaroon ng sakit yung isa, damay lahat ng individuals sa population. Okay? So, pag sinabing population, same species. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so again, the different types of sexual reproduction are binary fission, budding, fragmentation, parthenogenesis, and transverse fission. Okay? And for the sexual reproduction, meron tayong dalawang types din, the oviparous and viviparous. Depende kung saan nag-grow yung embryo, sa egg or sa body no parent. Okay? So that's conclude our discussion for today. So yung activities 1 and 2, kindly pakigawa and then submit it to me via messenger. Okay? So until 5 p.m. Okay? So kung meron kayong question, don't hesitate to chat me dun sa messenger or dun sa GC para ma-help ko kayo. Okay? So that concludes our discussion again. So stay hydrated, stay at home. Okay? So ingat. Thank you.